Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks fans, what's good? Knicks Real Talk, the night show. It's your man, Divine Man, BX Jedi, 7-6 on the check-in. We here tonight, man, on a Sunday night. About to get into it, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. Salute to everybody out there, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the show. We ready to get a pop in tonight, man. Knicks got a night off, so we're going to get into some content tonight, man. Just cut it up, man. Let's talk about New York Knicks and what we're going to get going for tomorrow against the Miami Heat tomorrow. We're going to talk about a lot of other things, man. So we're going to get into it tonight. Salute to my man, Camilio, on the check-in. Salute. Camilio, we see you, my brother. Yeah, man, this is one of them nice, relaxing Sunday nights, man. I hope everybody's doing well. Had a nice, peaceful day out with your family or by yourself with your friends and your loved ones, man. Just enjoyed the Sunday. Had a nice, peaceful, joyful day. Now, you ready to get down to it, man, so you can relax, get ready for the weekday, man. Time to get on your grind tomorrow. You know what to do. So you definitely can check us out tomorrow on the morning show at 7:30. We'll be back on in the morning. Me and BX Jedi bring you some content in the morning for the up-and-coming game against the Miami Heat at the world's most famous arena. So we're going to get into that. But, overall tonight, man, we're just going to get into it. Me and welcome to be aboard. We welcome to be here. We're glad to be here. But we're going to get into it tonight, man. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. BX, what's going on, my brother? Welcome aboard. Welcome back. What's going on with you?
Good evening, Divine. Good evening, everyone out there. Welcome aboard to another edition of Knicks Real Talk, the night show, March 29th, Palm Sunday. Happy Palm Sunday and happy Passover to all our Jewish family and friends out there. Salute Tim Smith. Welcome to come on aboard with us, as well as you, Camilio. Thanks for always checking in and tuning in. And the Knicks beat those pesky young Bucks 102-96. Despite the Bucks missing 4 starters, they gave the Knicks all they could handle. They came out and went into the fourth quarter with a 96 all down the stretch, but Alex Burks kept his fourth quarter hot streak with hitting his 6th career high 3-pointer, and the biggest with 1:14 left to give the Knicks the lead and the victory. Divine, we have a lot to unpack, my brother. Let's go. I want to hear your story.
Yeah, man. We do, man. That was a crazy game, man. I tell you, it was one of them things where, you expected us to win, but you can't take nobody for granted. So, it was crazy. But real quick, Sin Nick, we see you, my brother. Salute. Welcome aboard. Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. They were down 3 starters. I mean, they were down 4 starters. We were down 2, but you might as well say 3 when Mitchell Robinson went out in the first quarter. And you know what? So, to me, man, when you don't get to scout players because, that's part of the process, Knicks probably had no attention to not scouting any of them guys. You know what I mean? They scout the team, but they don't scout them guys like that. So all them players who was in there, I don't think that the game plan Knicks thought they was going in there for last night. You know what I mean? They probably thought they was going in against Drew Holiday, Antetokounmpo and them guys, but all of a sudden, they didn't play, so that changed the whole game plan. But overall, we went in there. I mean, they were some scrappy little feisty little guys, man. But they still playing Bucks basketball, regardless of whom and what. And I don't know the young man named from Louisville, but he was shooting that ball last night though. I'm like, man, he was lighting it up. But we battled. Our defense stayed in there. They had it kind of had their way. They still had Brook Lopez down there, and but what we did. We kept battling, and it was good to see Derrick Rose coming in, do some RJ, Alex Burks. What can you say? You know what I mean? Alex Burks was for the last 5-6 games, man, he's been doing it. You know what I mean? And so we just battled, man. Noel and them, everybody contributed quickly. D Rose, Peyton, everybody. We know with the team effort, we'll take it. You know what I mean? Like I said, a win is a win. You don't worry about who playing. You worry about winning and losing the game. So you know what? We won the game. That's all that count. And on to the next one. But we were still on the road. And we pulled it out. You know what I mean? Now we 2 games over 500, 24 and 22. 4th in the Eastern Conference. Let me put that out there. Fourth in the Eastern Conference. And so now we just got to get healthy, and we had taken from there, man. But it was a crazy game, man. It wasn't a game we didn't expect, and but we came and played though. We played. We battled. We stayed in there. I was like, you know what? They're gonna mess around. Knicks are just gonna squeak this one out because sometimes when you got guys like that who want to prove themselves and they home. Got everybody cheering for them. That them games can come about. Because I'm quite sure we probably had 1 or 2 this year. But it was a good window. It kept us in the standards a little higher. So that's great. You know what I mean? It just was a really competitive game, man. And it's what it was. You know what I mean? But Todd Gibson and all them guys, they came in to play. You know what I mean? We had a knock sighting last night. You know what I mean? Obi had 6 points. Had a nice little alley-oop from Burks. Had a nice tray, and he had a nice little mid-range shot that was nice. So I'm good for Obi Toppin, man, to get a little bit of a little rust off of him. I know he felt good to him, man. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Tom Thibodeau did what he had to do because he's like, you know what, they going zone on us. And as you guys know, if you look at the name of the show, the edition tonight, it was the Game of Zones. You know what I mean? The thrill of victory and the agony of the feet. When I mean the feet, I mean Mitchell Robinson's feet. It was the game of zone and the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Because that agony was Mitchell Robinson's feet, man, that foot, man. So pick up to Mitchell Robinson, man. We'll talk about that later. I hope you get better, man, and but you get back to the squad, man, before the playoffs come and we can get it popping. So what was your take on it, man, BX, man? And after we seen Mitch and all them go down, what do you feel about the game? What was your idea about the way it ended?
Well, the zone defense gave the Knicks fits all night. It was like a collegiate game. The schemes, the zones, but the Knicks stretched the game, the zone off with the 3-point shooting. But RJ, attacked at the point along with Burks. They were a tandem. You had the Bucks step up a few guys. You had got us a little scared with the Giannis Antetokounmpo hitting a career high 23 points and assist and hitting that dip 3 in the fourth quarter. That it's like, oh my God, this guy has hit a happy meal. And the point in it was a win and an ugly cost, losing Mitch. But the Knicks had to get this game. They had to get this game. They needed this game. And it's good to see Alex Burks keep stepping up, to see him and see Coach Tibbs makes that adjustment when he had Noel and Tosh in the beginning of the game, and it wasn't working with that zone. Then he took that combo out, and he gave Kevin Knox some good minutes. He gave us a good solid game when he went in there, and when they only had one bigs on the floor, they moved the ball around, they scored, they spaced the zone, and like you said, Obi Toppin had a positive game, and the positive first half, with a few minutes on the floor that he could build on for next game, moving forward. And the Knicks, zone that time, they kept attacking the floor, and they knew that they couldn't go in the lane because they would clog the lane. So they had to become a jump team, and they were up to the task again. Alex Burks was 6 for 12, a career high in 3 points made. Alex Burks is in the rhythm and he's in the zone. In the last 6 games, he's averaging over 20 points a game. You see them feature him on offense in the fourth quarter, with him with the ball down the stretch. And then he finished with 21 points, 7 for 13 field goal, 10 rebounds, assists, had 5 assists and 2 blocks. And he's filling the stats. And he's becoming that third scorer and that second scorer now that Randall wasn't in. And he's breaking it and it will come. And then what about RJ? Let's talk about RJ. Then RJ had an aggressive hustle game. He didn't feel like he hustled plays up and down the court. He shot well. He was great, and he impacted that game. Divine, what do you think about RJ?
Yeah, absolutely. RJ, you know what, man? What he's showing me a lot right now on BX, man, and he just playing. He playing comfortable. He playing relaxed. He done got through that little 5-game little slump in the first beginning of the season. And now he just hitting the stride, man. I mean, the kid, 20 years old. I mean, playing the way he's playing, and it's just amazing. You know what I mean? The young man is really progressing right in front of our eyes. You know what I mean? And what more can you ask for, man? Julius Randle out. Him and Alisberg stepped up. That's why I keep saying the New York City Gritty Committee. They are just so gritty, man. I make one man down, they the next man up, and they compete and they battle. And I'm gonna use that phrase from here on to on out, man. They are some gritty guys, man. And so I did like what RJ bringing. I like what he's doing. I mean, and salute to him, man. Because if you talk about most improved player of the year, he's pretty much one of them. You know what I mean? For sure. You know what I mean? And that just is maturation. Learning the game, slowing down, having much better coaching around him. You know what I mean? No pun intended to Fizdale and Mike Miller, because Mike Miller's a good coach. You know what I mean? I like the Mike Miller, so let's not get it twisted. But they're not Tom Thibodeau. You know what I mean? And they're not Mike Woodson either. You know what I mean? So we got to RJ got to be feeling good about the coaching staff they have around them, and the veterans, Todd Gibson back around. You know what I mean? And Derrick Rose, man, that's a big thing, man. You know what I mean? So it's not, you got to feel good about that. But and even Emmanuel Quickly, man, the young man is starting to finally get it. He's starting to understand the NBA. Could that do it? It takes time to get there. You know what I mean? Rome wasn't built in one day. You know that, man. So him kind of going to the second half of the season, then went through the first half. He see what's out there, and I think he's starting to feel good about himself. I mean, everybody giving us what they can give us. You know what I mean? But I think the big thing for last night for me was to see Obi Toppin finally get him a buck. He had 4 or 5 games where he didn't get nothing. That probably was a relief for him. You know what I mean? So I'm so happy about that Obi Toppin got him a couple of points last night. You know what I mean? 'Cause I know that probably was weighing heavily on him, man. And that's good to see. But I like the way they never give up on each other. And man, you could see how that team felt when Mitch went down. You know what I mean? When Mitch went down, man, everybody was like, man, you know what I mean? Because they got almost like that family atmosphere over there. You know what I mean? And them cats really go to bat for one another. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the main reasons why we are where we are in the standings, and why our record is the way it is. Because them cats fight hard together. You know what I mean? They spend a lot of time together. You become family. You rely on these guys to get you through certain times. So I know Mitch's going to get through it as well, because he got a good family atmosphere around him. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing, man. But yeah, I think other than what the Bucks did onto the Kumbo little brother, he had his little moment. Ex-Nick, we drafted him second round, played for Westchester. You know what I mean? But yeah, so he had his little game last night, and stuff like that. But hey, we still won the game, so that was important to me.
Right, very good. I wanted to bring out a play with RJ Barrett. There was a play late in the fourth quarter with RJ Barrett where he missed a wide open jumper, and instead of looking down and being down on himself, the dude ran back. He ran down on the other end on the fast break hustle and came up with the steal. I said to myself, man, hustle does not sleep with RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, he's cool, calm, collective. The kid had 21 points, 8 of 12. Not a good shooting night, but 3 of 10 from three-point land. But he was filling up the 7 assists and 7 rebounds. He was close to triple-double. His production for a 2-year player, 20 years old, is amazing. His impact on winning, it's phenomenal. You compare him to other players in his draft, and his productivity, his impact on his team, and his impact on winning for his team. Currently, the other two players, they're not even in the playoff picture, Divine. And that's a testament to this kid growing up right in front of us as a two-way player. I mean, you got to see, and you got to like what we see with that RJ, right, Divine? I know that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, salute to the chat. Brooklyn Belly, yeah, I got a little something, my brother. I got some bars. Yeah, I got a little something. But real talk, man. P. Ramos, we see you, my brother. He said RJ is going to be a problem for years to come. Absolutely, P. Ramos. I agree with you, my brother. He is, man. He's just gonna elevate himself every year. He puts in the work, and this is what this one guy wanted to be a Knick. You know what I mean? He took on the challenge of playing for one of the toughest markets in the world, man. He took on that challenge. So I respect RJ Barrett for that, and and that's good to see, man. And it just overall, man. But everybody in the chat, man, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up for your boys, man. We here, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. We got Brooklyn Belly, Pete Ramos. We got Sin Nick. We got Camilio, Tim Smith. They up in the chat chilling with us tonight, man. And it's all good, man. We here, man, on a Sunday night just chilling. You know what I mean? If you guys are abroad, you know my motto, COVID-19 is out there, and mask up, wash your hands, keep your distance, man. Protect yourself, your loved ones, your friends, and your neighbors, man, until we get this thing on subsided. But let's be nice, be careful out there tonight, man. But yeah, real talk, man. Let me throw out this real quick shout. Because I think it's from Nick Land. Congrats to Coach Mike Woodson. Mike Woodson just got hired as the Indiana University coach, going back to Indiana. He played there 4 years, 76 to 80. So congrats to Coach Woody, man. Go in there and hope he can turn that program around. You know, I'm excited for him. You know, Coach Woody's been a staple for us, man. Since the last time we had a great winning season in New York, that was the man right there, Coach Woodson. 2012-13. You know, Mike Woodson took us to the playoffs with Carmelo Anthony and all them guys, man. So salute Coach Woody, man. I'm happy for you, Coach. Congratulations, man. Well deserved. Go there and like I said, do your thing, man. That's your alma mater. You turn them around, man, and just bring that great coaching that you brought us, man. So salute to Mike Woodson. I just want to throw that out there real quick. And let me ask you a question, man. That, with the we're gonna get into the Mitchell Robinson thing, man. He's out indefinite right now with the timeline. I don't know how long he's gonna be out. But man, that was so depressing for me, man. I'm a huge Mitch fan. You know what I mean? 36 second round draft pick. You know what I mean? Coming to the Knicks at a second rounder, man. First year having a great block season. You know, rim runner. You know what I mean? His overall defense in that middle. The man he can guard anywhere from the paint to the 3-point line. You know what I mean? And I mean, we can't take sight of that. You know, he's so important to this team. So Mitch, man, we feel your pain, man. I hope you get back soon, man, and get well and recover and all that good stuff. Cause we need you. You one of our soldiers. You know, that's Mr. Robinson neighborhood down there, man. That's his neighborhood, and that's why we call it Mr. Robinson neighborhood. He protects that down there for us. You know what I mean? So, bitch, go get it, Big Mitch, man. Get well soon. I know you just got back. You was getting in your groove. And, you know, you go down again, but it's basketball, man. Things happen. You know, you jump up in the air, come down the wrong way. That can happen. You know what I mean? But you just got to fight it out. You know, like Tom Thibodeau said, go through your rehab. You know, do all the things you need to do to get back to the team because, you know, you're the big part of that, man. You know, you and Todd Gibson and Nerlens Noel, man. That's why I'm confident that we don't have to go out there and sign those centers before you got hurt. Because them three had that locked down. You know what I mean? They had that locked down. I wouldn't even worry about the center spot. That's why I said if we would have got Andre Drummond, fine, but we didn't really need him to me because that production you get from them three dudes is crazy. So, you know, salute to Mitch, man. I hope you get well soon, man. BF, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to Woody, Mike Woodson. You know, go out there and restore that glory to Indiana State. You know, Bob Knight stays. You know, you played for him, and you're a good pedigree. And I hope folks, if you have children that are in basketball and you want to send them to a good university to learn proper basketball, Woodson is the guy. You know, that's the guy, you know, that will teach your children how to play the game properly. You know, he's a smart man. And real quick, I just wanted to shout out a couple people that are listening to us. Steve from Elite Maintenance Services. He's a good friend of ours. He's joining the show. I know he's listening out there. He's very excited. He salute to you, Steve, and to the two young men that I met having lunch at Jalisco restaurant. Salute to you. I told you I would give you a salute today. And the young man at the door at Sam. Salute to you, young man. Thank you for joining and subscribing on the spot and listening to us. I know you're listening to us out there, and I appreciate everyone from Brooklyn Belly to Pete Ramos to Tim Smith to Camilio. Thank you for always being with us here and always checking in with us, and Sin Knicks as well. Thank you as well, my brother. And we love having you on board. And this show is from a fan to the fan, and you're part of the show. Let us know what you see, what you hear on the chats, and our feedback is always good, and we appreciate it. So with Mitchell Robinson, I hope that, you know, they're going to reevaluate him tomorrow in New York City or in the special surgery. And salute to Bingo. Welcome aboard. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm praying that the worst case scenario is a hairline fracture, that he could come back in 2 to 3 weeks. You know, but the way he hobbled. But I want to give him a lot of credit. He went in for that play. He got the steal, and when he got injured, then he got up from the hobbling floor. Then they were going on a fast break, and he actually got up on 1 foot to contest that 3-point attempt. I was like, wow, Mitch, I take my hat off to you. You know, injured, you didn't quit. You kept going. A lot of people would have just, you know, been crying in agony and hurting. And man, kudos to you, Mitch. I hope you get better. This team, needs you. We'll continue battling without you because we're gritty, but we could use you, and we definitely would like you to come back. And we're gonna definitely need you. I see that Pete Ramos says Boogie might be a good gamble. Boogie's getting interest from the Celtics, folks. The Boston Celtics are thinking of bringing him in. They were
Wow.
talking. I read that. Yeah, I read that a little earlier when they were considering Boogie Cousins as well as the Miami Heat because they didn't get Aldridge. They thought they were going to be in with Aldridge, but I don't know. Could Boogie work? It's up to Kenny Payne and it's up to Kenny Payne and Kentucky Connection if they could see something that he's and is he willing to be coached the style that Thibodeau coaches and the way he demands it's Brooklyn Belly and Pete Ramos if he's willing to come in, because really, to be honest with you, Boogie's is on his last legs in the NBA career. He's on his last leg, so he's either got to get with the program or, have fun in China. That's the way I think. I see that with Boogie Cousins, out there on the market. We all saw that Gorgui Dang signed with the Spurs, another center that was under Thibodeau, no longer available, and hasn't been available. Drummond is not officially signed with the Lakers as of yet. I haven't seen anything. Maybe if I hear refreshed, he might have, but I don't see anything. I don't see any saying that he signed yet. So we'll keep an eye on it because there's still other players. You got Otto Porter Jr. You have maybe that Horford might come loose. That's something that the OKC said they'll sat him down. And our friend Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers got released and he might sign with the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks have a lot of interest in bringing Austin Rivers in, and they might bring him in there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on with that. Divine, what do you think?
Yeah, man. It's interesting because you know what, I understand how Brooklyn Belly feels. So I respect his opinion because we respect everybody's opinion on the show. But I think the difference is if Boogie Cousins came here, like you say, having Kenny Payne, that Kentucky connection. I think Thibodeau might like his fire. I think Thibodeau might like his fire. You know what I mean? Thib like fiery dudes who got passion and could play the game. And he's a rough rider. You know what I mean? And for 27 games just to fill a spot, I don't have no problem taking a chance on him because I just think that because the way we are structured as a team, I think we wouldn't have a problem with Boogie because he's not going to run over a coach like Tibbs. You know what I mean? He's not going to disrespect the coach like Tibbs. He's not going to disrespect Kenny Payne, who probably was under his tutelage all the years at Kentucky. I think he will get in where he fit in from that standpoint. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then you had to do that. But it's name I haven't heard, Dwayne Dedman. Guys like that, you know what I mean? Dwayne Dedman, all them guys. I'm like, so it's a lot of guys out there, man. You'd be surprised who they could pull off. Brooklyn Belly said Damian Jones. I don't know too much about him, but y'all had to tell me about him. Plus he wouldn't be playing behind Nerlens Noel. You know what I mean? So we in a good spot. We in a bad situation, but we also in a good spot. Because we got flexibility. You know what I mean? And I just think that the culture that Boogie Cousins, he won't be able to do what he did in Sacramento, and he couldn't disrupt this culture. You know what I mean? Right. He will respect Mike Woodson. He will respect Thibodeau. Sometimes you get players like them who are under the wrong coaches, who can't handle a personality like Boogie Cousins. But you can't deny the man's talent, though. You know what I mean? The dude.
Do you think what Camilo said? Do you think what Camilo said? Do you think Boogie will come and start if he was signed to this team? I don't think so. I think he'll come off the bench.
I think he probably back up Noel. I think at least starting off. You know what I mean? We have to see how it goes as games go on. Now let's just say 2 or 3 games down the line, Thibodeau feel like it might be better if the Knicks start Boogie Cousins. And but I think he would, if he comes to that team, he probably would start Nerlens Noel first and say, well, let me see. Not that it's better if Noel is in the second unit, and it's better if we put Boogie in the first unit. Then I can see him doing that. But I definitely think if he come there, he definitely would be coming in as a backup first, and then let him earn that commodity. He said it makes sense to play him and Julius Randle. Then I can see that. You know what I mean? So I think Tibbs will figure that out. So yeah, man, salute everybody in, man. We love all y'all thoughts, man. We love your ideas, man. And keep sending them out there. We keep putting it out there. This is a show from the fans, for the fans. The fans make the show don't make the fans. So salute everybody out there. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. Me and BX Jedi 76 in here on the Sunday night, just chilling with the chat and everybody out there. I hope everybody doing well. Like I said, man, enjoying the show. We just bringing y'all some content around the Knicks and the NBA. So yeah, man, but I'm still got my eye. It's guys out there like the ex-Knick Kyle O'Quinn. You still got guys like you said, Kelly Olynyk. If they buy him out. I'm interested. I wouldn't mind if OKC bought out Al Horford. You know what I mean? I wish they would buy Al Horford. You know what I mean? And Al want to come over for the next 20-something games. You know what I mean? That would make a big difference. Savvy veteran. Now he shoot the 3-ball pretty decent when he get an open look. His rebound and his defense. So I think he'd be fine. That'd be a nice.
An excellent passer. Excellent passer from the paint, and he's a really good passer. Spacer. No more zone, because now teams are going to do zone. But folks, we're going to see a lot of zone tomorrow night with the Miami Heat. They're going to try to mimic what they saw with the Milwaukee Bucks did to the Knicks last night, and they're going to do the same. They did the same thing prior to our last engagement with them. So the Knicks got to be ready. Their sharpshooters going to be ready. Hopefully Bullock returns from that. We could use that 3-point shooting from Bullock as well as Julius Randle. We need our dog. Hopefully he's ready to go. And good news that Victor Oladipo will not play tomorrow night. He has an illness. He's on the roster, but he has an illness, so they'll hold him back on that. But with the buyout market, Horford, keep an eye on that. They said they sat him down, but he still has 2 years at $54 million. That's a lot of money for them to eat for OKC. But they do need a veteran, because they're going to have a lot of lottery, a lot of picks, a lot of draft pick, a lot of youth. So they do need a veteran, Horford in there. But with Boogie Cousins, Divine, I was thinking, it would be good to bring him in here. He has a little bit of he's known for having a junkyard attitude, an attitude, a ferocious, mean attitude. I think that we could use a little bit of that attitude to rub off on Obi Toppin. Because he needs that guy to listen, bring him under his wing and get that little bit of, Obi Toppin. I think that's what he's missing, that mean streak. That Xavier McDaniel mean streak, that Boogie Cousin, that Oakley, that kind of thing, because he's too nice. He's a likable dude. You could tell, I haven't met him personally, but when he conducts himself and talks and sees, he seems like such a likable dude that he needs a little bit of a mean streak in him to play in this NBA, especially in that power forward position. When you're in there battling with elbows and battling, you got to have that little bit of that nastiness.
Right.
That's what is needed.
Yeah, because you know what, you don't want him to change who he is as a person, and all that. But for on the court. Yeah, Brooklyn Belly, you're right. Thon Maker, wow. I mean, see, them guys I didn't even know that was out there. That's why I agree with you on that. I think it's going to be somebody the Knicks going to get out there. You know what I mean? It will. I think they're going to get somebody, and that's going to help the team. But that's a good one. Brooklyn Belly. I didn't think about Thon Maker. But I think I wouldn't mind having Bookie down here. I really would. You know what I mean? So I think that, like I said, you only 27 games left, 26 games left in the season. He can play. He can shoot the 3. He can bang on the middle. You know what I mean? He coming in, giving somebody some good quality minutes. Yeah, man, you got So like I said, sometimes you got to look at these guys and who they was playing for, and who did they respect this dude as a man, or did like people like Mike Woods on the guys. They know what people like Boogie and these guys come from. You know what I mean? So they ain't gonna to prejudge them because they come from this and that, or they do this, they do that. They go, no. When you on that court, you just handle your business. You know what I mean? We deal with all that later, but you come in here and play for the team and put your work in and earn your minutes and be respectful of the team and the organization. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I think we could definitely make that happen, man. And like I said, other than I was talking about with the Julius Randle situation, I think we were talking about somebody backing up Julius, giving him like some limited minutes. I like the Mo Harkless thing. I even like the Jabari Parker thing because the boy can score. You know what I mean? He can score the ball. You know what I mean? He's a seasoned vet. He not old vet, but he's veteran to me now because he's been in the league long enough. But like I said, Mo Harkless. So yeah, you bring in somebody like that, and like Brooklyn Blaze said, we got 2 slots. So say if you brought in Boogie and you brought in one of them guys to back up Randall. You know what I mean? And you got something to work with there. You know what I mean? So I think we will. I think we're gonna bring somebody in there for sure. I don't know when, but I know we will. In my humble opinion, so we'll see. But other than that, man, it's good, man. We just got to keep our eyes open and our ears to the road, like I said, and see what the organization do. see if they're gonna elevate the roster, man, so we can get a little bit more talent and go into the playoffs. But right now, you know what? And the reason why I say that, because everybody don't understand, you need to understand now. The New York Knicks is currently 4th in the Eastern Conference standings. Let me repeat. The New York Knicks is number 4 in the Eastern Conference standings. We in there. You know what I mean? So that's huge. Suns beat the Hornets today. Now we moved up a slot. You know what I mean? It don't matter how long we stay there, but we there. You know what I mean? How many people in this chat and in Knick land thought this time of the year Knicks would be number 4 in the Eastern Conference? That's what's up. You know, so I'm excited as a Knicks fan about that. I'm happy about that because, like I said, man, when we brought Tom Thibodeau aboard, I was like, you know what? We got something going here. We brought the right coach in here. Everybody was talking about other coaches, but I knew that this man, his cachet and how good he is crazy. Like, hey, salute 19 comment, go New York, go New York, go. P Rose never. It's crazy. It is, man. 4th in the Eastern Conference. Sixers is 1, Nets is 2, Bucks is 3, Knicks is 4, Hornets is 5. The Hawks is 6, Celtics 7, Heat 8, Pacers 9, Bulls 10, Raptors 11, Cavaliers 12, the Wizards 13, the Magic 14, and the Pistons 15. But the New York Knicks is number 4 in the Eastern Conference. Let me say that again. BX, man, what you think, man? That's just crazy.
That is exciting, man. We changed, like I said before in the past, we have changed the perspective of the team, of the organization, the course that we're in with this season. We're ahead of schedule by leaps and bounds. No one knew that Julius Randle was going to be this franchise player, and the growth of Julius Randle, and also Alex Burke has come in, you know, to such a great job. And kudos to them for putting the hard work in the gym, and also the coaching staff. You know, it's putting in the work and the film study and the schemes, and seeing, you know, recognizing the different zones and different plays, and feeding Alex Burke, who, you know, wow, 6 games he's going to averaging close to 20 points, and his career high in 3-pointers made, like I spoke about, and this is great. It's phenomenal to see that ahead of leaps and bounds, and with those 2 slots open, man, Thon Maker, that's another good name out there, and we'll see. Artis Portis Jr., I don't think Orlando's going to release him. I think they're going to hold on to him. I was reading something a few minutes ago about Otto Porter with the Magic, so they're doing something there. I don't think they'll release them, but that's another name if he does to see as a shooting guard that we could use, you know. But I like the other names that we've been talking about. I really hope they will get Boogie Cousins. I hope that Kentucky connection is really deep and real, and bring him in here because we, you know, like I said, we could use that mean streak. And I'm not saying he's really mean. I'm just saying that on the floor toughness, right. That on the floor nonsense. I'm not saying that I don't know DeMarcus Cousins, if he's a mean person or not. No. I just want to say that he's on the floor. It shows. You got to play sometimes with a little attitude, a little pizzazz on the floor to get your, you know, to command the respect on the court. And I think Boogie Cousins had it, and it has it. So that's something that will rub off on Julius, not just Julius, but it's also Julius has it. Julius is a job. But I'm talking about on Obi Toppin. And salute, Ro Brown. I'm glad you're here. See, for real, I see you. I'm glad you're here, my man. There you go, Zitty. There you go. And you know, and that's what I see with these guys. And that's why I hope they explore everything. And I hope that, you know, they need to at least bringing someone in here, because it won't look good on the front office if they don't do nothing divine. They look like they got their arms crossed and they're punting, and you know, us as fans want to see the team. We know the organization cares. The organization, look at the turnaround they did, and you know, maybe we are getting a little too greedy, out of hand, wanting somebody here, wanting all of them to do these trades and all of these moves. But man, when you're so close here to being a 4, and the Knicks are not going to win the title, but you know what? It's a round ball. Anything can happen. You know, it's round. You know, it spins. You don't know. You know, you get a look. You go play a playoff series, and you know, you can see on Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo has knee issues right now. You know, on Giannis. You know, and you get a series where his knees are not gonna, you know, hold up, or he's sore. You could win a series with that. Frank Matos, thanks for coming in. Thank you.
Frank, like you said, Frank.
Yes. Hit that like and subscribe, and you know, and you never know what could happen with that in a playoff series. You know, look at Brooklyn. Kevin Durant might not be able to come in, and maybe Kyrie may get injured. Or you never know. The games are played for a reason. You know, you don't win an NBA title on paper. So you know, I don't think it's gonna. You know, we can't say we're not going to win it. We never know. It's like a lotto. You need to be in it to win it, and I want my team in it. So I want them to reinforce it and bring someone in here, Divine.
Yep, yeah, real quick. Yo, let me salute out one of the most righteous and positive chats in the business, man. We know, salute to everybody in the chat, chiming in on Knicks Real Talk, man. Ramos, Frank Matos, Belly, 19 man, City for Real, Roll Brown, everybody, man. You guys would make the show, man. I appreciate y'all, brothers. Y'all know that, man. It's all good. But yeah, man, we in there, man. Knicks fourth in the Eastern Conference. I don't care how long it lasts, but like, let me real quick piggyback off with if I can find the chat. Oh yeah, what Brooklyn Belly said, yo, if we could beat Miami and the Timberwolves, we can start creating separation, stay in that top 6. Yo, absolutely, Brooklyn Belly, I agree with you 100%. That's what we need to do, man. We just need to go in there and let Miami come ahead at the world most famous arena tonight. If we could beat Miami tomorrow night, yes, you know what I mean. That look good. You know what I mean. We 3 games over 500 going into Minnesota. So it's tough. It's a beautiful thing right now. So salute to the channel, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody out there. Salute the Nick that never sleep. Salute King and Queen. I got you, man. We in here, man. We try to keep it moving. But real talk, that's the Nick that never sleeps. Salute to my brother. We see you. Yeah, man, it's all good. I love the chat. The chat busy tonight. They on fire. Engaged. I love it. Yeah, man. But that Eastern Conference standing is going to be. What I like about it is like it's going to be a dog fight. But we in the top. We in the top of the dog fight. You know what I mean? So it's not like we trying to catch up to the dogs. We up at the top. We up with the top dogs. You know what I mean? And that's nice to see, man. And we need to keep this thing moving, man, because I just think that it feels good right now in New York, man, New York City. And best believe it, man, the New York City Gritty Committee got us number 4 in the Eastern Conference, man. I'll be able to take that all day. So it's all good, man. But it's a beautiful thing. Let me ask you this, man. We definitely got the upcoming schedule coming up, and that's we got the Heat at the arena on the 29th. Timberwolves on the 31st down there in Minnesota. Then we come back and get Chris Pat Porzingis them on the 2nd. Then we got the Pistons on the 3rd. Then we got the Nets. You know what I mean? Got to put that date in there, so I apologize for that. But yeah, man, these next couple of games, if we beat Miami, I like our chances with the schedule. I really do. I mean, Timberwolves are talented, but yeah, that's all they're doing. They're young talent, and won't take them for granted, just like we shouldn't take the Bucks for granted last night. But these next couple of games, man, I'm gonna listen. Then you got the return of KP to the Garden. You know what I mean? Him and Luka Doncic and them. We're gonna be up for that one. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. So chat, y'all see the upcoming schedule, man. So let me know what y'all think about it. We got the Heat tomorrow. Then Wednesday we got the Timberwolves. Then on Friday we got the Mavericks, and then we got the Saturday we got the Pistons on the back-to-back, and then the Nets. So let's go. We need to get the street like City for Real said. We need to get this, man. So yeah, I think that schedule. Obviously Miami's Miami, but they coming to our home. You know what I mean? They coming to our place. You know what I mean? When they come to the Garden, I don't doubt that against anybody. I think we can give it to anybody coming to the Garden. So when they come into the Garden, so we're gonna see about that, man. And that's gonna be real interesting, guys. These next couple of games coming up, man. We just need to get it. Go hard, go get it. Leave all the chips on the table and let them fall where they may. You know what I mean? Let's man up, guard your grill and let's get it. You know what I mean? We ready, man. I think the Knicks is here, man. Like I said, besides, what you think, BI, with BX, man? What you think about this next one coming up, man? The next 5 games.
Well, this Miami game is going to be interesting because they're reeling. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They don't want to fall out of this. They don't want to fall, behind 12 and all that. And we salute to Manuel Mena. Thanks for checking in.
What's up, man? Hey.
Thank you here. And and I see that Miami is a little desperate. They're not going to have Oladipo. They also got to get him acclimated with their shooter that they attained and Trevor Ariza, and they're still trying to acclimate themselves and get into the scheme of Miami. So we need to execute. We know we're going to see a heavy zone from Miami as well. They did that last time, a different validation, but we need to contain Bam Adebayo. Just keep going and on that, and Hero and all the other guys that like to shoot from the outside. And we play our game that we always played, that we played against Philadelphia, I think we'll be successful, because those two games that we had with Miami prior to, we lost two games, but they were all close. They were single possession. They were under single digit win losses, and we'll be close. And we, as long as we compete and next man up. And we didn't have Rose the first game, and the second game we just acquired Rose, and he had 14 points. And Rose brings a different element. He's going to be, now he's more comfortable with the system. He knows how to run the offense on the second unit, and quickly is more mature. He's got more games under his belt. And yeah, now with Burks is playing lights out, and it's a different. The teams are different, and they're in different pattern. So I like I said, and last night show, I said the Knicks, I see them going in the next 5 games 4-1, and I said if it breaks well, no pun intended, they could go 5-0, and we got the first one, Divine. So hopefully my prediction keeps rolling. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree, man. Right now, man, anything is possible, man. And I'll put it like this here. Even in that game against Miami, the last time we played them, the last 2 times, you remember RJ only had 8 points in one game. That one of them games, you know what I mean? That was when RJ was going through his little slump at that time. But now they getting a different RJ, you know what I mean? So I like our chances tomorrow, definitely. Me, I love our chances, man. I've been on this Knick train. I think I've been saying we've been legit all season long. And if you could check the tape at me down on NBK, you can check the tape. I've been saying it from day one, like the Knicks is legit. They're a legit basketball team. This ain't the laugh out loud Knicks. This ain't no I'm having a dream Knicks. Knicks is for real. You know what I mean? And Tom Thibodeau got them boys playing for real. Tom Thibodeau said he want to win. They win it. Without at the same time while developing the young talent. You can't say what I love about what he's doing real quick. He want to win, but he's still giving Obi his shine. He's still giving Quickly his shine. RJ still playing his game. He gave Frank opportunity. Knox got his opportunity last night. So you can't say that he's not trying to win and play the young guys, because and that's what I love about what he's doing. So we got to kill that narrative. You know what I mean? But I like what I'm seeing. I think that Miami game tomorrow is going to be huge. I think, and I know we always say that a lot of games are huge, but this would be a good one to go 3 games over 500. You know what I mean?
We haven't done that yet. We have not gone over 3 games under 500 this season. Every time we
yeah, man. So we could do that, man. That'd be legit. And like I said, like Brooklyn Belly said, excuse me, if we get Bullock, if Bullock is back, we are our best D. We can run the table. I agree with you, Brooklyn Belly. If Bullock come back tomorrow, and if Randall come back tomorrow, it's on. That's why I'm glad the Knicks sat him out. Tom Thibodeau was smart. Like, I'm gonna sit you out. We should, when he found out them cats wasn't playing, he probably, well, let me sit Julius Randle tonight. We should be able to handle this. You know what I mean? Next man up type of mentality. And that's what it is. Frank Mantle said we waive Ferguson. What do we do with 2 roster spots? Frank, that's a good question, man. I know we need to get another center, backup or starter, whatever, and I would love to get a backup power forward to get Julius some spell. That would be my take on that. Or we just need to get 2 good talented players. We leave it up to Tom Thibodeau to make the decision where you want to put him at. But we can go get 2 talented players, man. For the last 26 games, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, man, it's gonna be tough. We got a nice schedule come here. We got opportunities that we could take advantage of that, man. And the Knicks be in that 4th spot for a minute. You know what I mean? We be in there for a minute, man. Listen, don't get the 50 games that we at the 4th spot. It's on. So yeah, man, I'm excited, Knicks fans. Salute to the channel, salute to the chat. Knicks Real Talk, the night show, Divine, BX Jedi 76. And the flaming chat room over there, man. We see y'all. We here on a Sunday night, just chilling, talking Knicks, talking division races, talking conference races. Like I said, man, like I said earlier, salute to Coach Mike Woody getting the Indiana job. Mitch, get well soon, man. We miss you. We need you. So let's hope you get back well, man, and get ready to get back with the Balls Club before we can go on this run late in the season and get to the playoffs and talk and bring some noise, do some upset for a minute. So yeah, man, I'm excited. It's just so good to be a Knicks fan right now, man. We playing winning basketball, and that's beautiful to see, man. And I can't be more pleased and proud of what we're doing, man. So let me do this real quick. Salute the Knicks organization. I mean, from the top down, Leon Rose, Scott Perry, Worldwide West, Perrin, Alla, Kalen, all them guys, man. Mike Coach Thibodeau, Mike Woody, Kenny Payne, Johnny Bryant, Andy Gear, and any name who I miss, and the players. They got Knicks fans feeling good about ourselves right now. We 24-22, fourth in the Eastern Conference. We in the playoff race. And that's a good feeling to have right now, man. So we got to take that for what it's worth. But we're gonna get this upcoming schedule going. We're gonna get it popping. Let's hope we can go in there and win these games, man, to get on a winning streak. I'm excited about it, and I like the way the Knicks is playing, especially coming out of that Brooklyn game all the way to now. The Knicks can easily beat almost 30 wins right now. Because them three games we lost to the Nets and Brooklyn, them was ours for the taking. So right now, the Knicks literally could be probably like 7 games over 500 almost, you know what I mean? Or 6 games over 500, you never know. So, we came back and battled Washington hard, swept them 2 games. So I like what I'm seeing, man. I got no quarrels about it. So salute to the Knicks out there, man, real quick. But other than that, man, like I said, it just one of them nights, a nice off night. And we ain't here just cutting it up, man. Talking Knicks, man. This Knicks Real Talk, the night show. It's your man Divine and BS Jedi, man. Jedi. So what you think about the rest of that schedule? Good, man. You think pretty much we gonna be? You said 5-0. You heard it first on the Knicks Real Talk. BS Jedi 7-6. He put it out there, so we'll see. It's all good, man. I'm glad.
I got the first one. I got the first one, so I'm feeling confident. Let's go. Let's get it.
There you go.
We gotta beat Miami. Because it'd be gravy to go 5-0. I said 4-1, but I said it's a possibility to go 5-0. But I remember the chat was saying I must be drinking because it was a Friday night, and I go, no, sorry, I'm drinking water. I'm in Knicks talk. I'm just a passionate fan, and it's the eye test. I keep saying it. I always said it on our channel. Was the Knicks haven't hit their peak yet? They haven't tried. They haven't hit their peak. They haven't got into a winning streak, a long sustainable winning streak. And I said, hopefully they could get that during the middle to the end, so they could go into the playoffs like a hockey goalie, hot team, playing on all cylinders. But man, you got Brooks right now, who's hot, who's on all cylinders. Hopefully that rubs off on another guy where the bullet comes in here and he'll get hot, and next man up to carry the baton. Right now is and done not just Randall, but other guys could see. Putting in the work, they're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And yes, we do believe that the front office has done much better. Like I said, they changed the perspective of the team, of the organization just by the season. The way they are ahead in leaps and bounds. Now we trust this organization's front office. I think if we had the old front office, we would have probably gotten Oladipo. We would have got all the names out there, but we would have been mortgaging on probably our future. We got two more second round picks with this draft with the Ferguson move. And we brought them in here. And like Manny Mena said, I think the Brooklyn game is going to be was a huge upstart. It wasn't a huge upset. It was an upstart to get us going. And we beat them. We're going to beat them and give them that upset and say, you guys got all these players, these top 4 stars on there, and we're going to go in there and beat you. I don't think Durant will play when we play them again, but we'll get them. Luke to Kibbit, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming this evening, and we always know that you always stop in, and we're glad to have you here. And and we'll see how the night, all that. We'll see, and then we can. All I ask for the Knicks: do not look ahead to the Minnesota game. Take Miami for serious. Let's go in there. Let's take care of business at home. We have to beat. And like I always said, we need to beat the sub 500 teams at home. At Miami right now, you are a sub 500 team. Your records say where you are. You're 2 games under 500, and you're coming to our home, and we need to beat you. And that's the bottom line, and that's the message that goes out to that. And then they're going to be motivated because they're heavy-hearted for Richard Robinson. You saw how Derrick Rose in the post-game interview, he held back his tears. They feel for it. He's been there. He identifies. He sees the hard work everyone puts into it, and that's what I love about this team. The Knicks are a very likable team all around. In a way, it's good that they didn't break the team up completely because everyone. It's when is the last time we think the team, even the 54 win team with Carmelo Anthony, they weren't too likable. Yeah, J.R. Smith. So a lot of people didn't like him or did like him. But this team is likable from every player, from everyone on there, from everyone on the roster, from the coaching staff, from the everyone is so likable, and it's a team. And we got to just enjoy the ride, folks, and that's what we have there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like City said, man, we won it without our all-star, man. No excuses, but that's important. You know what I mean? We were down our best player, you know what I mean? And they stepped up to the forefront and made it happen. So yeah, man, it's real good out there, man. And we just gotta keep the train going, man. But just real quick, let me shoot a shout out Derrick Rose last night. Coming in off a COVID-19 protocol, man, been out for a while. Derrick Rose coming in last night and seemed like he didn't lose a step. You know what I mean? He didn't lose a step. Him, Alex Burks, and quickly, you know what I mean? That's nice to see, you know. And I just think that when you got that firepower and you got more people, you got more chances to win games. And people got to remember, look who we was down against Brooklyn. Look who we didn't have against Philly. You know what I mean? And we paid them guys without Mitchell Robinson, without a couple of our key ball players. Derrick Rose. I think Peyton might have been out, if I'm not mistaken, and we still grinded it, you know what I mean? And so I'm happy to see that. That's why I see why, in a sense, the Knicks didn't make no trade at the deadline that was going to break up what they got, because we got to remember it's only 26 games left. You know what I mean? Whatever we didn't get now, we'll get later. But I could see why they didn't want to break up that chemistry and that camaraderie, man. They were like, no, man, these guys are playing together, they balling together. Our soldiers are getting back. We getting healthy. And unfortunately, one come up, one go down. And Mitchell Robinson last night, but I can understand the way that Nick felt about that. We don't need to make no move. We good. And they didn't make a move, and they fourth in the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? So they must see something that a lot of people don't see. You know what I mean? And what I think it is, the way to me, I think the turning point was when we played Brooklyn. I really believe when we played Brooklyn and we lost to them with the firepower that we had, winning the Philly, lost by 3 points, and with the firepower we had, we beat Orlando. We lose to Philly again with less firepower by 1 point or whatever the case was, and then we swept Washington twice. I guess they was like, you know what? Hold up, we ain't gonna risk the farm. We don't need to. I think what this team could do with injured talent. You know what I mean? Everybody got injured talent, but I'm just speaking for the Knicks only. And I think the organization probably like, you know what? We ain't gonna mess this up. We ain't gonna break this up. You know what I mean? Because now, somebody go to the bench, they feeling some type of way. They like, nah, we gonna ride with what we got, to ride or die. You know what I mean? That's what they doing. And I'm happy about that, man. But I just want to salute Derrick Rose. Welcome back to the fold. Good game last night. And when he was the one breaking up that zone when he was throwing that out, you know what I mean? Because after that was the game of zones last night. You know what I mean? And then and they were Derrick Rose was getting in, cutting in between there, dropping that little one hand floater. And I think that was nice. You know what I mean? So he battled good last night, man. And it was good to see all of them. Obi Toppin, all of them, man. Try to get a little shine. I was glad to see he got him some buckets. It was important for him to. I know he was so glad to have that game. You know what I mean? And good alley-oop for Alex Burks, like I said earlier. That nice little mid-range jump shot was beautiful. So and that was good. That was good. But salute to the chat. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. BX Jedi 7-6 is me, Divine, man. We in here with y'all on a Sunday night, chilling, just vibing, talking Knicks, man. You know how we do, man. So salute to you guys. Hit that thumbs up, man. We do it, man, for the fans, so it's all good. And so what you think, BX? What you think we got going forward, and what you see, bro?
Yeah, I can see we're going to keep an eye. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye out on buyout market to add to the two players. We were talking just to go read back on that because some of the chat members came in a little later afterwards. I think, like I said, we're hoping that maybe Boogie Cousins, Celtics is on his radar, but I think the Knicks should think about getting Boogie Cousins, bring him in here to give him a fly, and if they want to think about bringing a player in to see what they could get and to build on, or maybe try to resurrect his career, or under Tibbs, players seem to thrive. It's a Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker, former number 2 pick in the NBA, and he could play. We need to bring him in here and the team, and we need to bring him in here to see what we could get, to at least to spell Julius Randle at the power forward position. He could score. The guy's a bucket. I don't know how well he plays defensively, because he was and currently was on the Kings, so they don't play really much or emphasize defense. But in his past, he was a pretty good defender. Let's see. We know injuries was a big part of it, but maybe they could see something where he could be a help defensively, or help him in the scheme, or put him in a position, with the coaching staff to take a flyer. You could bring these guys for those roster spots. Doesn't mean you have to play them. You could sign them and have them ride the bench as well. If you want and see how they work out in practice, and see if they will give you pan out for you. If not, you release them. The Knicks did that a few years ago under Phil Jackson when they brought in Lamar Odom. He was on the team, and he never played a game with the Knicks, but he was on the team with the practice facility to see what they got behind the scenes. So you could bring these guys in, and just to see how they are, how they practice, how they associate, how they do with the scheme of things, and how they do in practice. So the Knicks, I think they will bring in people in here. They'll bring in those two spots in there and see what they're doing. I think they now might be regretting releasing the French center that could shoot the stretch to three, but they had something. They had a game plan, Divine. If they released these two players when they got them at the trading deadline,
Sure.
it's because they have a game plan.
Absolutely.
They don't need to tell us that because that's the front office. That's their. They're building their team. They're the ones that they get paid the millions of dollars to make this team and then to make those decisions. So we could trust in them, and we'll sit back and see. I'm pretty sure it's something that we might not make sense to us now, but it will down the road. And if the Knicks don't do anything, don't sign any one of these buyout markets, remember they're going to go into the offseason with over $55 million in cap space, the most in any team in the NBA. And you don't know the free agent market is not that rich, but there's players that might be disgruntled that might want to leave and might want out from their teams. They might say, or they're like, I don't like this direction. Or Karl Anthony Towns, I'm tired of playing here in Minnesota. I don't see. I've been here all my career, and it's the same. Groundhog's Day. They don't make the right decision. They could change. They could change the president. They could change GM, but the owner's still the owner. That's unfortunately, they could say that about us. But this owner has just stepped back and is letting this front office do their thing and handle this stuff like professionals. So things, that you could change. Yes, people could change and organizations could change. Hopefully, I know we're in the right path. But all those other teams around the league, don't know what other these players see, and they say, I got to get myself into New York, man. You see how the fans want to embrace this team and go behind them. Look at Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you had Harden and you had Harden say, where are the Brooklyn fans? I mean, it seemed like all Knicks here. And that was when we played in Brooklyn the last time. And players talk and they say, what, man, this is the fan base here. I'm like, no disrespect to the Brooklyn Nets fans. You love your team and you support them. Like we Knicks fans, we're diehard. We'll go all out for our team. And I know you Brooklyn fans the same. And it's not to throw shade on your Brooklyn fan teams either, or any fans, of your respective team. But they see how much we support them. We have Knick Nation is world. It's not just New York centric. It's all over the world. We have one of our correspondents that come out from Poland. And shout out to Andy. We have our very own City for Real. He's in Idaho. Myself, I'm in Orlando, Florida. You're in the Carolinas. And we Knicks fans that love our team, and we're spread all over. And I have people in the chat from Tennessee, and I know some other folks from Orlando and all over Miami that I know that are here listening to the show. And we love our team. The passion grows. We don't. All over, and when other players start noticing that, I'm pretty sure a lot of NBA players see us with our gear. I wear my Knicks gear all the time outside in Orlando. Very proud of it, and I'm on my hat, my jersey, and I represent West Palm Beach. Look at that. Frank is in West Palm Beach there. When I go down to Miami to visit my family down there in Hialeah, and I wear my Knicks gear too, and I'm surrounded by heat. Oh, they give it to me. They were giving it to me for years, but I still wore it. I don't jump off. I'm always a Knicks fan, and that's what I love about us as Knicks fans. We come together, and we really, really, really proud of our orange and blue. And to see this, I think finally after 20 years, I think we deserve it. Not to be arrogant, but we deserve a winning basketball team, and we're getting it, and I'm really happy for that. We are like you said, we are a global brand. The Knicks are a global brand. That's why we're one of the most valuable franchises in the NBA. And we know that we support our team everywhere. You go to the American Airlines Arena, Knicks fans. You go to the Amway Center here in Orlando, Knicks fans. I'm pretty sure when you go down to you in Hornetland, there's Knicks fans. In Atlanta, that playoff series, Knicks fans. And we support and we go all out for our team. So let's do it. We're behind the team. I said it here. If we go to the Eastern Conference Final, folks, Knicks Real Talk will be at the Garden outside talking and doing streaming live from out there and talking. Even if we have to interview the hot dog cart guy, we'll be out there, man. We're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this, man.
Real quick, prime example. People in the chat, let me kick some facts. It ain't where you from, it's where you're at. Knicks Real Talk, man. We Knicks fans, we all over the universe, so you know how we do. So yeah, man, it's all good, man. We Knicks fans, we here. Yo, y'all know how we do. Knicks Real Talk. You know, we in here, man. Knicks Real Talk, we in here, y'all. So let's get it. Sunday night, we chilling, talking facts as we usually do. The chat is on fire as always. Salute to everybody in the chat. That's where it's at right there. You know, it's the chat, man. It's the people out streaming all over. You know, if you're out there on YouTube, man, StreamYard, you're supporting the show from afar. We appreciate you guys, man. If you're not here live, you can always check out the video once it's done. You know what I mean? Going in, like and subscribe, man, and give us your thoughts and ideas on how you feel, because it's really about you guys and us. You know, we all fans here, man. Knicks versus the Heat in the playoff. I'm there. Fire. Frank, I see you. I mean, I'm there too, bro. Word boy, I'm serious. I might have to come down to BX neighborhood. We might have to go there. We had to go there.
We'll meet up with Frank, and we'll go to the American Airlines Arena. We'll go across the street over to Bayside and have a few cocktails before the game, a few mojitos, and we'll go right across the street to the American Airlines Arena with our Knicks gear, and we'll go see that the Knicks beat the Heat. Represent. Yeah, I feel you, my Frank, man. We're gonna be there full effect, man. Oh, I can't, man. Oh, that's gonna be great if we play them, man. But hopefully, we'll play them. They'll make an upset. Let's hope. That's right, in Bayside, you know it. So so let's hope that the Heat knock off. We're going to be 4. We're going to knock off the number 1 seed 76ers, and we'll play them in the second round. Yeah, what do you know? Because I know we're gonna. I don't think, like I said, I don't think the Knicks are going to go. They're going to flirt. They're going to stay. They're going to flirt with 4th when they're in. They might finish 5th, but I don't see them going. I don't see them in the play-on game. Not the way they hustle. Not the way they currently play. The currently their coach and the way they every day the effort they give the same effort. I don't see them going any lower here. I mean, we might be optimistic Knicks fans, but hey, but the eye is there. The eye test is there. They keep playing that brand of basketball. I mean, that everyone in any team sport, defense and teamwork wins. So we'll see. Well, I don't see it unless barring very catastrophic injury to our other horses. To our number 1, number 2. That's the only way I can see that. But even with that, I mean, I think even if we have our number 1 and we don't have our number 2, knock on wood, nothing happens, we can still get in that playoff. I don't see it. These guys I don't see them going down there. And yeah, the Heat fans. Let me read this from Frank. I want to read this. The Heat fans are fake fans. They get to the game for fashion.
Frank,
you know what? It's so true, Frank. I mean, it's true. You got a few real diehard Miami fans. I know a few of them that are diehard. I know they were there. They could actually name Ronnie Cycli or know who Ronnie Cycli is. And they know their players. You got a few guys like Carlos Vargas and Edward Vargas They know their Miami Heat. They're Oscar Hernandez they're Miami Heat fans, and I know they give it to me, so I know. So there's a few of them. There's a little sprinkles of them, but yeah, it's mostly Miami. It's mostly Knicks fans down there. It's like a Knicksville.
The Knicks fans to me is like what I mean, like Cowboy fan. I mean, like Cowboy fan. They everywhere. You know what I mean? They just everywhere. You know what I mean? And that's a fact. Well, Will Silk and Salute, Harold Miner, absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely, Harold, baby. What they call it, Baby Jordan? With that boy has some hops though. Yeah, but that's what makes it so competitive, man. Because you think about the '90s Knicks games, going up against the Heat, man, and Pat and all them going up against Lonzo Mourning and them, and PJ Washington, and and Tim Hardaway and all them guys, senior. You know what I mean? Back in them days, man, and Allen Houston, Spreewell, man, that used to be crazy, man. And that's what I'm hoping that type of basketball we bring back now. There was some games to see back in the days, man, when Knicks would go up against the Heat, man. And it was just like, man, these cats, they ain't having it. You know what I mean? They're not having it. I don't like you. You don't like me. And it's only basketball, but I don't like you. See, at least on the court anyway. Pat and Lonzo Mourning, they all with the Georgetown. Maybe the Georgetown alum. They brothers. But on that court, though, they wasn't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? Charlie Boyd and Childs and all them guys, man. That was some
P.J. Brown.
Yeah, P.J. Boyd, man. You know what? And I always say that I'm glad Frank put that in there, because that game when we had that fight and we got suspended, I really believe we was about to beat Jordan them that year.
Yeah,
we was about to beat them that year. I mean, that year when we had got suspended that fight and we lost to they came back and beat us, we was about to give it to Jordan them that year. So I really believe that. I mean, we got Larry Johnson at that time. We had that one guy who can kind of compete against Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean? That was that our Achilles heel with that one guy who couldn't. Jordan was going to do Jordan. Ewan was going to do Ewan. We didn't have that guy, that Pippen type player, until we got Larry Johnson. I was like, okay, man, them cats was going at it though. That was crazy. Yeah, so that's what we want to see tomorrow and going through the playoffs. If we get to the playoffs against Miami, we just want to see that hard for a game. You know what I mean? That real competitive basketball like the 90s, and it was crazy, man. It was a really good time to be a Knicks fan back then, because we were showing off back then. So yeah, man. So salute to the chat, man. Thanks for everybody checking in, man. Keep throwing out your tweets and your chats, and I'll run them by if I can. Divine BX Jedi 76 be in the building, man. Sunday night, just talking Knicks, man. Getting ready for the game tomorrow against the Miami Heat. So we chilling, man. We enjoying the show, enjoying the chat, enjoying the feedback. Like we say, man, this is a show for the fans, from a fan. You know what I mean? You guys make the show. Y'all know that. And we don't make the show. Y'all make the show. So we appreciate y'all coming and chiming in. And everybody out there who's not in the chat, welcome aboard on Facebook. And YouTube. You also get on Twitter and check us out, man. I didn't get to throw that in there, but you can find us on Twitter as well. And we just here, man. Just trying to bring our fans some content, man. That's all. Showing some love to the Knick Nation, and we got a good nation. We always had a good nation, but we got a better nation this year because we winning. Knicks 4th in the Eastern Conference. Let me put that out there again. 4th in the Eastern Conference. Let me put that out there. You know what I mean? And that's beautiful. I'm proved. City for real, man. I see you, brother. He said he just chilling. That's my man. Y'all know City's all. He's part of this, man. He welcome me here anytime, every time. You know what I mean? So it's good to hear from the city. But yeah, man, salute, man. I mean, it's good, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. We having a good time chilling tonight, man. Just talking Knicks, man. You know what we do, Knicks Real Talk the Night Show.
Hey, Divine, real quick. I saw in the chat earlier, they were saying about bringing in maybe Jeff Teague. Let me ask you a question. Due to the fact that Payne gets a lot of hamstring issues and leg issues, or he's been missing some time in and out, and puts a hamper on our point guard situation, which we know quickly is doing well, and Rose, would you bring him in? Because I know Frank is also a good point guard. He's really not really a point guard, but he doesn't give us the offense that we need. And a Jeff Teague to bring in on that extra roster spot. Would you think it'll make sense to bring him here just in case, as an insurance policy for Payne's ills and woes and bumps and bruises?
You know what? I would have a problem with it. Here's why. He's a savvy veteran, but he also played for Thibodeau in Minnesota. Tibbs brought Jeff Teague down to Minnesota. You know what I mean? So that's they familiar. You know what I mean? You got a familiarity with each other, so that's good. He played for him down there in Minnesota. He's a savvy veteran. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I would love to really get that backup center and that backup power forward. Don't get me wrong, but I think because you know why? You look at teams like that's ahead of us. They all got big front lines. You know what I mean? DeAndre Jordan. Now you got Aldridge and Blake Griffin. You got Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris. You know what I mean? And down you got Minnesota. You got not Minnesota. Pardon me, Milwaukee. You got Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez. So it's a lot of teams got some big, some big front line. I know it's a guard-driven league, but make no mistake, the front line is just a formidable, because now these front line guys are shooting threes now. You know what I mean? And they got some range to their game. So yeah, and one thing we do lack when Mitchell Robinson out is size. You know what I mean? Him and Noel was our tallest players. You know what I mean? So and Randall was only 6'8", 6'9". You know what I mean? Todd is only 6'9", maybe 10, maybe. So yeah, I don't have a problem bringing in a backup center if Mitch's going to be out for a while. I love the Boogie thing. I like the Kelly Olynyk thing, like you said. I like there's a couple of things out there I like. So we'll see. But a Teague, yeah, I would. If Thibodeau and them felt they needed him, they'd bring him in. You know what I mean? Whether we need him or not, I don't think so. I think we pretty good there. Because I think we so good because we so versatile. See, I think people underestimate how versatile we are. Alex Burks can back up somebody at the three. Quickly can play the three. You got Derrick Rose will play the three. Frank can even give you minutes at the three. You know what I mean? I think we good there. I mean, if it came down to it, I think our biggest need is going to be that center and power forward. So that's what I would like to see. You know what I mean? From my opinion, I think that's going to be the probably the most important need right now at that spot, being that Mitch went down. So, we'll see, man. But I'm excited about all of it. I think we're in the right direction. And like I said, guys, I we got to take it for what it is. New York Knicks, man, currently are fourth in the Eastern Conference, 24-22, 2 games over 500. Battling, competing, doing what they could do. They bring in their hard head every night. They lunch pail. They're bringing that gritty New York City attitude, that subway rider, that bus rider, that truck driver, that grittiness, man. They going to get it, man. And that's what they doing. Dial, if I'm pronouncing that right, I apologize. I'm just gonna say DYL. Yes, sir, brother. Fourth, man. I see that, man. We in there, man. So we gotta take it a game at a time and just keep grinding and stay gritty like we are, man. And I think it'll take care of itself. But like I said, when you come to play us, you ain't coming to play somebody who's just gonna let you score all over the place. Nah, you gonna have to earn your points, and I like that. That's the '90s Knicks basketball. And Tom Thibodeau, he's part of that era. He's under Jeff Van Gundy and Pat Riley. He's from that tree. This is what New York is about. This is the way that New York supposed to play, and that's what they did. They brought that New York mentality basketball back to the Garden, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So you think about it. Like I said, man, everybody lose talent. But people thought we were subpar talent anyway. So with subpar talent and having injuries, and we still in a fourth spot. So you got to be happy about that, man. So that's what it is for me, BX, man. I just think it's wonderful, man. It really is. It really is, bro.
Got you. I see. I guess it's Daryl DYL. The biggest thing for me is it never felt like we didn't have a chance. We're competitive every game. As you said, yeah, we're competitive. We changed, like I said, we changed the narrative and the perspective of the league, on the team, and around us. With this organization, with the system and Thibodeau, good coaching. That's a big difference. What good coaching could do. It's a big difference. Yes, this is a talent-driven league, but man, when you have good coaching that puts players in right position to succeed, night in, night out, and with the video and put the time work and listen to the message of the coach. You see the results, man. There's an ultimate underdog. We go back to when the Heat first arrived, when LeBron and they got together, they got to the finals, but they were defeated by a team, the Dallas Mavericks. They played as a team. They had one superstar in Nowitzki, and they bought in as a team. They played good defense that year, and they beat they did the impossible. They beat the Miami Heat. Not only just beat the Miami Heat, they went through that rigorous Western Conference to play the Heat. And the Lakers and so forth, and you see that. That's why let us get in. We want to get in. We want to build what we have, get in, and let the chips fall where they may. You never know. Once you hit, anything can happen. That's why the game of basketball. Remember, the refs hold their whistles more. They call less fouls calls. The games are more defensive intense, and all that recipe builds towards their gameplay. You play a half court, muck it up. Gritty game, and we've been doing it all season. So imagine a team that's going to go in a playoff series and they draw the Knicks. Oh, we got to play them on a 7-game series. Bruising and rotting, and this Randall is having an MVP caliber year, and you got a emerging rookie, and RJ Barrett is coming along, a two-way player, and the paint is blocked by Noel. He's just you really can't score, and their interior defense is something tops of the league. They're top 10 defense in the league, and it's just like, they know they got to go into a grinded battle series. So that's why we're looking forward to these few games and then playoffs coming up. So anything can happen. That's why we need to get in there, Divine.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be a grinded out, hard fought thing. We're going down. We're going to battle. We're going to compete, and we just got to take care of the teams that we're supposed to take care of, and knock off some of the teams people don't think we're gonna knock off. And long right now, like I said, we done told Vegas to kick rocks. They said 22 wins, they done. We already got 24 and climbing. So I just don't think they understand the Tom Thibodeau effect. What that guy really means to a basketball team. So I'm excited about that, man. And I don't know Knicks fans. I know Knicks fans all over, man. I know they have to be excited. And that's why down here on Knicks Real Talk, we ain't trying to even get into the negative Nancy stuff. You got to be positive vibes down here, man. I mean, everybody got opinion, that's fine, but on this show, we just want positive vibes, man. We just talking Knicks, and that's what we want to do. We want to talk Knicks and make our fans feel good. Could have been a long 7 years, you know what I mean? How long it has been since 2013, 8 years. It's been a long 8 years for us, ups and downs, you know what I mean? Going through, peaks and valleys, not really getting over the hump. We finally got to a place now where we could be proud of our team that we root for. So that's so exciting to me, man. I just want to make sure everybody sharing them vibes, man. Like I said, it ain't a major accomplishment, but think about where we came from and where we at. You know what I mean? It's, like I said, it's step by step. You know what I mean? It's a step by step process. In order for us to get to where we got to go, we got to take them baby steps. And then, like I said, but I believe in the next 2 or 3 years, Knicks will be contenders. We just players away from being a contender. You know what I mean? So I think we head in the right direction. Like Brooklyn Belly said, Leon and the staff are very cautious about who they bring in because chemistry is the main ingredient to our success, even our talents. Salute Brooklyn Belly. That's facts. That's facts right there. You know what I mean? Facts. Chitnick said Divine made the point. This team is very versatile, and they are. Tibbs uses this team right, even starting Peyton for a defense start. Yeah, Sid Nick, you're 100% right, man. And that's what I love about this team, man. They are real gritty. They got real good character built to that team, man. And I think that team is a reflection of their coach, hands down. You know what I mean? Knicks are a reflection of their coach. And I think that's what's so good about it, man. And City for real, this is why we've been craving this win streak because it is uplifting team morale. Absolutely. Not only lifting up team morale, City for real is lifting up ours too. You know what I mean? So, we as Knicks fans feeling good right now, man. And that's real talk right there, man. So, it's good, BX, man. It's real good. And guys, tomorrow, man, I know if anybody got to get up on Monday morning, get ready, get out there, go on your grind. We be on in the morning. We doing our turn and burn. Knicks Real Talk, the morning show, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. You know what I mean? Me and BX will be in the building, bringing some content for tomorrow's night against the Knicks versus the Miami Heat at the world most famous arena. So, you can check us out in the morning, man, and hit us up on there. If you get up and you got to go to school, go to work, go to play, whatever you do, man, you can always follow us in the morning. And every time we got a game, you know what I mean? Every game day, we got game day content in the morning. You know what I mean? Salute Dave Jackson. I see you, my brother. Peace. Will shaking 5 wins in a row would be sweet. Hey, Will, you ain't kidding. Man, let's try to get this. We can
Who called it? Who called it? Who said it? Who was there crazy enough to say that?
Yeah, right. Well, we need. Yeah, Will, I agree with you, brother. 5 wins in a row would be phenomenal. Oh my goodness, man. Wow. Yeah, you got me super excited with that one. Yeah, but that's what we're looking at, man. We know we got a right to feel that way. We playing good basketball, and we need the right to feel that way. BX.
Absolutely. I just can't wait for tomorrow. I'm going to be getting ready. I'll be ready out of work. Go to work, and I'll be on remote site on the show on the road, and I'll be in the mornings, with you, breaking it down. And as soon as I'm done here, head back, do my grinding, head back home, get ready. Probably take a small little nap when I get home and get ready for that Knicks game and be ready. Have sit there in my room and my big screen TV and be one of those screaming fans in my own living room. Defense, because I'm being ready for that game, and I just can't wait because it's Knicks are must see TV, folks. They're must see TV now. We look forward to it. We like when can be the next game. We're just waiting for that next game, and we just want to see them, man. I think I'm like scared, like when this season's over, we're gonna have such a void because it's such an exciting season. I haven't been excited and for Knicks basketball in quite some time. I've been, last year it was looking for Zion, but it wasn't really watching the game, or the year before that. I'm sorry, excuse me. We were going to get the number 1 pick, or we're not going to pick. Well, last year we are going to get the number 1 pick. We're not going to get the number 1 pick. And it's like, man, I'm happy that I'd rather see the production on the floor. The Eastern Conference for many years were weak, and we couldn't even sniff on even an 8th seed, in the past. But no, the narrative's changed. We're building. Let's continue the building. Let's trust the process, and let's do it. Knicks are gonna. They're in up and coming. They're like the stock market. They're rising. They're rising right now. The Knicks stock is rising, and we gotta love it. And those that are bought in, like everyone here in this chat, you know what? We're gonna reap the dividends. And those that are gonna come in on the bandwagon, don't jump on the bandwagon. Stay with your Golden State. Stay with the Lakers. Stay with those teams that you were rooting for before. And leave us the Knicks fans to be. We're Knicks fans through and through, thick and thin, through the good times and the bad times, and we're enjoying this. And you know, and you know, just to relate, RJ Barrett is turned out to be a phenomenal pick. You know, I mentioned it earlier in the program. His contribution is for winning, causing winning on this team. You look at the two other guys that were drafted before him. Morant, granted, they're all both talented players, but their teams currently right now are not in the playoff thick of things. They're out of the playoffs, you know. And this kid is in the middle of this fire, of this playoff fire. He's a main contributor, number two on the team, and and like I said, hustle doesn't sleep with RJ Barrett. He's always hustling no matter what, and he also doesn't sleep. And that kid is sky's the limit. He's becoming a two-way player, you know, and he's holding his opponents under 40% shooting per game, and his defense, and he's filling in to his body. He's only 20 years old, folks. He'll be 21-year-olds coming up soon, and he's growing into a strong NBA player. He's growing into his NBA body right in front of us, and not only that, he's becoming smart. You know, he could see the good coaching, the smart coaching, and he's going to be one of the good ones of the two-way players in upcoming, folks. He's barring injuries, but the way he's built, his legs and his upper body, I don't see much injuries in that kid's future. I see that durability, man. I can see that. I see good things in RJ Barrett. You know what? Kudos to when they drafted him, and despite the fact that he was forced on a lap at 3, but they took away. You know what I liked about it? They took away for the organization to make a bad decision. You know, you had to take RJ Barrett at 3 because the other two went ahead of us. So I'm glad that happened for us, and everything's finally we're catching breaks, and and glad that broke that way in that draft.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. You know what? And you think about it. I think he's definitely on that Jimmy Butler elevation. You know what I mean? I really see RJ on that Jimmy Butler trajectory, maybe with a better jump shot from the 3. You know what I mean? You know, and I think as the time go on, he keeps getting better and better. His maturation and his elevation, he just start every year. He taking that extra step to get better. He's a gym rat. He work hard, and I think he definitely will be in that all-star category, if not next year, the year after. No, most definitely. But especially if the Knicks get in the playoffs, you know what I mean? They're gonna have to get, you know, they got to get the Knicks respect if they get the playoffs. Because think about it, Tom Thibodeau already got his number in there for Coach of the Year. You know, you can say RJ right now, if he maintain the way he going right now, most improved player, one of them. You know what I mean? You know, you got to put him in there. And obviously, Julius Randle. If we get to the playoffs on a high note, and if we get into the playoffs and we got a nice 7, 8, 9 game win advantage over loss, you're gonna have to put Julius Randle up in there. That's why I think these games are so important, man. It's really important that we do that, man. But the chat on fire, Dave Jackson City for real, Sin Nick. They got me, Will. They got me laughing over here. I'm trying to be keep it under, but some of the chats is funny though. That's what's up. But yeah, man, we like that, man, because we engage the fan engage us, man. That's what we do. Knicks Real Talk, the night show is BX Jedi 76. My man, we in here, man. We just chilling, talking Knicks like we usually do, but we trying to bring y'all facts and good dialogue and content so we can, you know, keep y'all engaged, and that's what we here for, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. In the chat out there abroad, you know, in the YouTube stratosphere, you know what I mean, Facebook stratosphere, everybody out there, man, just hit us up, man. Come and join the show, be a part of it. You know, hit that thumbs up, man, for us, man, and subscribe to the channel. And we got more things coming down. We know baseball season coming around. Knicks and Yankees Real Talk should be starting maybe next week or the week after. Knicks and Yankees Real Talk, you can catch that out there on the channel pretty soon. So you know, we just gonna be bringing y'all some content, man. Then you know what, and right now it's Knicks 4th in the Eastern Conference, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what we talking about right now. So man, it's great, man. It's a great time to be a Knicks fan. And like I said, one more time, salute to Coach Mike Woody, about to get the job out there in Indiana. So salute to him. Well deserved, Mike Wilson. We appreciate you, man, for what you've done for this organization and the team, and back in the days and now. So that's good, man. And Mitchell Robinson, get better soon, man. Get well soon. Get and rehab yourself, man. I hope you can get back before the playoffs. And we just got to keep grinding it out, staying gritty. You know what I mean? And and bringing everything to the forefront, man, for we can let these Knicks fans be proud of what they're doing, and we are. So, but right now, we playing good basketball, BX, and I'm happy about that, man. So we just got to keep grinding it out, and I think we'll be fine, heading into the playoffs. So it's about that time.
Right, and everyone, please subscribe and hit the likes on our channel. We appreciate it, and you can also follow us on Facebook, Knicks Real Talk page and group. For Knicks Real Talk, we'll also give you posted when we do Knicks and Yankees talk on there as well, and also up to date updates on the Knicks game or scores or any news like around the league, not just the Knicks, but any news around the league. We'll let you know if you're folks that are listening to this and are Laker fans or other teams fans. You're more than welcome here as well. We'll also give you information on around the association scores and highlights and all that on the Facebook page. So please subscribe and join, not just in YouTube, but in Facebook and in Twitter as well. Thank you, guys. And yeah, let's see for tonight's game. Do you want to jump in and see what do you think tomorrow night's game?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you like? What do you think is going to happen to tomorrow night's game? For those that won't be able to make it for us tomorrow morning, we're going to recap. We're going to break it down as well and go over that game. But for tonight, that we have everyone here, Brooklyn Dudley and Dave Jackson, and Steve Ferreira, and Sim Nix and Manny and all. Let's break this. What do you think tomorrow night's game is going to look out, Divine?
Yeah. Real quick before I go in there, let me give y'all some updates. The Hornets lost today. The Nuggets is beating the Hawks by 9 in the second quarter, high scoring game. The Raptors lost today, and the Magic play the Lakers tonight at 10 o'clock. So that Nuggets and Hawks game is an interesting game for us to watch out for. Hopefully the Nuggets can beat them. That does well. Yeah, man, that Heat game, man, it's going to be interesting tomorrow night. I think it's going to be another one of them Nick Heat particular, game type of games where they're going to have to go at it. Best defense win. I think our key to eyes, depending on who we have there, we got to control Jimmy Butler, obviously, and we can't let Bam Adebayo get loose, and obviously Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. They got a good shooting team on there. Though they might be not playing their best basketball, they still got talent. You know what I mean? So we definitely can't take them for granted, man. We just got to go in there and battle. You know what I mean? And play our game. One thing I always say about us, man, we just play our game. Don't really worry about the other team, what they do. We just got to play our game the best we can play it and compete. Bring that defense to the forefront. Run them cats off that 3-point line. You know what I mean? And they not super big down there. I mean, Bam Adebayo and they got Ariza down there. So they not super lengthy. You know what I mean? So I think we'd be all right. You know what I mean? But our defense is, I think Nerlens Noel won't let Bam Adebayo run them up. You know what I mean? I don't think that'll happen. And I definitely think Julius Randle going to get his if he play. The matchup is going to be RJ against whether it's going to be Jimmy Butler or, I'm assuming it's Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? And we hopefully we hope Bullock can play. If Reggie Bullock can play, then that makes it a little harder on Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? That's why I love them little how you would call it the little tendencies that Bullock have. He got those tendencies to stop a guy like Jimmy Butler, slow him down. Because Jimmy Butler's not a high efficient scorer. He doesn't, he's not a high efficient, but he can score. You know what I mean? But he's not one of them 50-40 type guy to give you 40 points or 50 points, but he can give you 20 and 30 in a minute. So he's a savvy veteran, good defensive minded guy. So RJ really gonna have to step his game up because they probably put Jimmy Butler on him. Then I think Kendrick Nunn down there, Oladipo. I don't know if he's playing tomorrow.
No, he has an illness. He's ruled out. He's sick. He has a not COVID related, but he has an illness. So they ruled him out. He's not there. He hasn't made his debut yet, but he's ill. Okay. So I read that earlier before going on. So it could change for game time decision because he might wake up feeling better, but I doubt it. I think they're gonna, with COVID, and if he's not feeling well, they just keep him out, and they just keep him home resting with that. So I don't think Victor Oladipo's play. I could be wrong, but as I read before we went on the air, he has an illness and he's ruled out. So.
Yeah, absolutely. If like P. Ramos said, if RJ and Quickly play well, we should win. And I think Derrick Rose will be able to do what he do. You know what I mean? That's one man I'm not worried about because Derrick Rose is a savvy veteran. But man, Alex Burks, man, I mean, what can you say? You know what I mean? If Alex Burks keep playing the way he's playing, we'll be fine. You know what I mean? Because I just think that Alex Burks, at the way he's playing now, it's like having 3 20-point scores on, in your lineup almost on any given night. These three guys going to give you 20. Julius Randle, RJ, and Alex Burks, they're going to give you 20 on any given night. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then I love our chances against a lot of people because we got that guy, and that was only his problem. He just wasn't. He at the beginning of the year, Alex Burks started off like he is now. Then he hit that little funk. You know what I mean? But if he can stay where he at the rest of the season, then I like our chances against a lot of people, and I see why they didn't make a move. Because now that guy you want to bring in, Alex Burks is doing it now. You know what I mean? So if you'd have brought an Oladipo to the Knicks, well, Alex Burks giving you that now. You know, he giving you 20 points a game, and even if it go down to 17, you know, but still to get Julius Randle his, RJ getting his, Alex Burks giving what he giving quickly, and he quietly giving you 15-point games. You know what I mean? And if he do that more consistently, now with Derrick Rose coming back, giving you 12, 14. People don't. That's why I think people underestimate how good this team is. You know, I really do. I just think that they got a bunch of players down there who are starting to catch their stride, and I think it's going to pan out well for us. So we got 2 slots open. We can get bring a couple of guys in that's going to help the team down the line. So I think we fine. I really do, man. I think we fine, BX.
Right. Especially with the emergence of Burks. Now Burks has been being featured on the offense. They're featuring him now, and that's more for a scouting report for a team to now put on their plate. Before now they have to scout not just for Randall and RJ. Now they have to put Burks on their radar to scout for it with the floater, and that now it's extending more responsibilities for these teams, and now they have to pick and choose their poison. What are we going to do? And hopefully that the zone doesn't come up again. But we know Miami's going to play that zone, and we'll see if we will win. I think the Knicks will beat the Heat tomorrow night. And if we win that game, and we could rest assured that we could finally put teams who stop playing this zone on us, and just start, and then just if we beat if they want to play it, we'll adjust to play it. So we cannot get a little frustrated in the first quarter, the first half, because one thing I can say about this coaching staff, they do adjustments, and this team execute their adjustments in the second half, and I really like it because and like Brooke and Betty said, the last 2 games, IQ had 9 assists combined. Yes, you could see him maturing into the facilitating point guard that we wanted. Not that not just a shooting guard, but he has that tendency. That's why, folks, we can't judge to rush and judge these young rookies with their skill set because they're learning the league. They're getting acclimated. It's only been 50-plus games, and they're learning. They're only going to get better with time and experience. And it's the same thing, with Quickly, and we see. And I say that about Obi Toppin, but with Quickly, man, he's a smart man. His name says his initials IQ. He's smart. He's a hard worker. You see how he talks about his mother talks about how he worked with him on his free throws, and and he's a gym rat. Tom Thibodeau loves him because he's a gym rat, and that's what this team wants. The coach wants guys that are going to buy in and be gym rats and film study and try to make themselves better. And that's why I think they're going to beat the Heat tomorrow night, and it's going to be 2. They're going to keep it rolling, and keep going. That'll be the 4th win in a row, and start putting that separation. And so like that, you could bring, if you do bring someone in, you have time to adjust them and get them acclimated, and you don't have to put that. Fire. They could bring them in easily, and you don't need. We need to win. You have a cushion. We want to set that separation in the Eastern Conference from the other teams because remember those other teams brought in all these players and with the trade deadline, and they still acclimating. Fournier with the Celtics, Vucevic over there in Chicago, and you got Oladipo hasn't even played with Miami yet, so they got to get acclimated and see. And Lamar Odom as well with Brooklyn. We're going to see them. Right after we see Detroit, we're going to see Brooklyn again. So they got to get acclimated with also Griffin. How they might have all these players, but how do they work as a team? They might be tentative to take that in the 4th quarter. They don't want to step on each other's throats and they want to pass the ball. Or who's going to take the final shot in Brooklyn? That's their problem to worry about. But those are the things that might affect us when we play them and confront them. That's why not making a trade on the deadline. Maybe that's what they were thinking too, because you don't have enough time to get these players in here and acclimate them and bring them into the system. And we don't have the cushion to have that playoff security to want to bring in someone and disrupt. That's why they say disrupt the chemistry, but disrupt the flow of things. Let's say we would have brought a player in there. Would Alex Burke gone through this immaculation that he's going through, this stretch? Maybe not. Maybe he, maybe we might have traded him in and he would have got, going on another team. So those are the things we need to see on that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely, man. Real quick, Frank Manto, salute, man. Real talk, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up. Sid Nick said Kendrick Nunn is out too, so that's day. We want to play people with their best so we can beat the best, but we'll take what we can get. You know what I mean? Because right now it's about getting them wins. I don't care who we play, as long as we get them wins. You know what I mean? I don't care if their whole team missed like last night. As long as we get a W, that's what it's about. That we'll deal with all that when we get to the playoffs. Just like they got injuries, we had injuries too. You know what I mean? So that's just part of the association. That's part of basketball. When you're playing sports like that, man, injuries happen. It's a part of the business. That's why they got insurance. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that go, man. But guys, we go pretty soon. We're gonna get out of here because we got the morning show tomorrow pretty soon. But we definitely need to keep it, like Kibit said, we need them W's, man. We do, Kibit. We need to get W's any way we can get them, because that's what it's all about. It ain't about who there, who not there. It's about getting W's. You know what I mean? And then we deal with all that when the time comes. But man, salute to everybody in the chat tonight, man. I love you guys, man. Thanks for chiming in to the show. I mean, we definitely gonna see you guys on the next night, the night show in a couple of days. But tomorrow morning, Knicks Real Talk, the morning show, 7:30. Send Nick say, yeah, Oladipo is out, send Nick. And that's so it is what it is. But we just gotta go in there tomorrow, guys. And Battle of Miami Heat at the world most famous arena tomorrow, 7:30. So y'all guys, get up in the morning, get on your grind, check out the morning show, you get home, get comfortable, get your nourishment, get your wings or whatever, get in front of that TV. It's gonna be a exciting game tomorrow, But everybody out there, man, y'all be safe out there. Thanks for chiming in. Y'all know my routine, man. COVID-19 is still out there. Wear that mask, man. Wash your hands, keep your distance when you can. Protect yourself, your neighbors, your loved one, your friends, and all that, man. And until we get this pandemic under control, you guys have a great night. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Thanks for checking out the night show, man. Thanks to everybody out there on YouTube, man, and on Facebook, on Twitter, everybody who chime in and check us out, man. We appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see y'all guys on the next episode, man. And so y'all be peace, be safe, enjoy, one love. We're gonna get up out of here, man, and but we got to get up in the morning. I see you guys, man. And thanks for chiming in, everybody. Salute.
Have a good night, guys.
Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk.